Sara Megun Gun Sara. Somos o no somos, somos. Buenas noches, la santa noche. Yo pido examen en bungo, la conciencia para todos, la conciencia para todos niños, tatas and yayas. So today I am in my Cuarto de Muerto, where I have my spiritual cauldron called an Anganga, and it's about, I don't know, 4:30 in the morning. I live by myself, so I'm here by myself all alone in the dark, and I do this spiritual work. What I'd like to talk about today is communication. So in my last video, I gave you kind of like a basic review of the Shomalongo reading. Today I wanted to talk about that is one way of form of communication that we use. The other types of communications that you will develop and learn as you become a palero, tata, and so on, grand tata, because, most of us will be doing this for the rest of our lives. Some people will actually walk away for many different reasons. Change of religion is one, but people will actually change, and it happens all the time. But most of the 90% of the time, people will walk through this through their whole life. So it's really unique. So let's get down to the other different forms of communication that the person will go through once they get initiated in Palamayambe, Kimbisa, Palamonte, Malongo, whatever Palo branch you're in. So, like I said, one communication is Chomalongo reading. Another communication is the dead, your Fumbis, your ancestros, your spirit guides, your Bakalu, they would all come also like in your dreams. And then also you would travel in the Mundo Muertos también. So that's totally a different video I'm going to talk about later on. Because when you kind of astro playing into the Mundo de Muertos, oh yeah, it's an experience of a lifetime. And I'm always there too sometimes, and it's just like, wow. Like, okay, so other forms of communications like your Fumbis, your spirit guides will whisper in your ear. They will tell you things. Let's say like during the daytime, you're walking around the day, you're meeting people and blah blah, and then you come across people, and then you hear a voice go, "Son mentirosos," or "Don't trust them," and you're like, "The hell? Where did that come from?" So I work with male and female Fumbis, both. So sometimes it's a male voice, sometimes it's a female voice. There are all kinds of signs in communication. A lot of times, I'll say, also animals will communicate with you, birds and cats, dogs, any type of animal, even down to a lizard, they'll communicate with you. And it's kind of weird. If you have this communication going really strong, you'll be able to see it, and hear it and feel it and experience it. And then one of the best communications here is the earth itself, the wind, the fire, the water. It's kind of hard to explain it until you walk through it. We call it Malongo, the force of nature. That also speaks to you a whole lot. And that is something you really have to pay attention, because that can, if you don't pay attention to it, and there's like danger coming, and it can really get you. And it's not good to not pay attention to all these signs I just mentioned. So it's kind of like, there are many different forms of communication in the spirit world, Society of the Dead. I've seen my Bakalu, which is ancestrals, fully appear in my home. I mean, I'm talking about like my grandma's great grandma, great grandma, great grandma, and we have those pictures, you know, way back before the 1800s. And we have those pictures in my home, and I've seen them, my ancestors, appear in full admiration, and like communicate with me. And I'm like, wow, like, okay, like, all right, well, let's do it. I'll have my fumbis, they pop out in Ganga, and, they communicate, big time. I can't tell secrets here, but, the forms of communication, once you get down into a lot of spiritual work, it's phenomenal, There's even dokis, dark spirits that come and, like, oh, okay, like, like, just can't tell you what they do or what they say, but, they also communicate with you and like, holy crap, like, okay, like, oh, all right, but it has been quite an experience, communicating in different levels. It is unique. It is something that's always gonna happen. It doesn't even matter if you're in Palomayombe, you're in La Rega de Ocha, Lokumi, if you're in Ifa, you're Babalao. As long as you are spiritually open, these things are gonna happen. And you must pay attention to them, because sometimes it's gonna save your life. So I know a lot of people out there, they don't understand. They're close-minded. They're not open-minded. They just go to life, living in the material success. There's more to us being born here than just, oh, I got a badass Audi. What do you got? Sometimes it's not all about the money and the wealth and success. There's other things in life. So just to bring this up to you guys, keep your ear open, keep your eyes open, keep quiet, keep tranquilo, and you'll see.